Your body was designed with a system so precise, it makes your best engineers look like amateurs, and somehow you're still ignoring it. Actually, ignoring it would be an improvement. You're actively working against it, treating this divine masterpiece like a rental car you're trying to crash into a wall just to see what happens. Look at this thing. The appendix. You probably think it's just a ticking time bomb in your gut waiting to explode and ruin your vacation. That's what they told you, right? It's useless. Get it yanked. Lies. Total architectural ignorance. Listen, I am Dr. Stick, and I spend way too much time analyzing biological systems far more complex than anything you've ever seen. These systems weren't thrown together by accident. They were engineered with a level of precision that should honestly embarrass you. And yet somehow, you primates still manage to completely ignore how they work. If you're tired of suffering from constant bloating, unpredictable digestion, and a complete reliance on over-the-counter stomach pills just to survive eating lunch, and you want the cold, hard scientific reality without the comforting lies, hit the subscribe button. Forget what your middle school biology textbook told you. The appendix isn't a useless remnant waiting to explode. That entire theory is lazy science. Pay attention. Here's the uncomfortable reality. The appendix is a highly specialized, fortified safe house. It is the tactical bunker for your gut microbiome. When a nasty bug flushes your gut with diarrhea, a biological scorched earth event meant to eject the invaders, your beneficial bacteria don't all get wiped out. Why? Because the most crucial strains are hidden away in the appendix, which is conveniently built like a biological dead end, tucked away from the main digestive flow. They hide out there, safe and sound, waiting for the storm to pass. See, the body compounds its improvements when you give it the right inputs consistently. Funny enough, this channel works the same way. Every subscriber is basically a nutrient. The more it gets, the sharper and stronger the content becomes. Just something to consider while your colon quietly stops working because you're starving it of fiber. Anyway, once the diarrhea stopped, the good bacteria emerge from their fortified bunker and restock the main gut corridor. It's a reboot button. Flawless logic. Whoever engineered this knew exactly what they were doing. They anticipated the catastrophe and built a redundancy system. And this isn't just theory. The science finally caught up to the manual in the late 2000s when researchers realized that primates without an appendix are significantly more susceptible to recurrent infections like C. difficile. You removed your backup generator, and you're wondering why your power keeps gridlocking. Idiocy. Now, your tiny monkey brain might be thinking, great, Dr. Stuck, so I should keep it. But it does still explode and try to kill people. Explain that, genius. Ugh, here's the reality. It's basic biology, viewer. Even a first-year med student knows this. Appendicitis isn't some glitch in the design. It is user failure. The manual existed long before the science caught up to it. If you look at the architecture, the appendix has a very narrow opening where it meets the cecum. When you primate brain consumers eat a diet completely devoid of soluble and insoluble fiber, which the designer clearly recommended, by the way, with all that vegetation he put on this rock, you create problems. Your modern sludge diet means you form hardened pellets of waste called fecalith. These things get wedged in that narrow opening, sealing off the safe house. Lab, dead end. Now you have a sealed chamber full of bacteria and metabolic waste with nowhere to vent. It becomes a pressure cooker. It becomes a high-pressure septic tank. It swells, cuts off its own blood supply. And yes, it becomes gangrenous and tries to nuke your entire abdominal cavity. You turn your own bacterial sanctuary into a biological nuke because you won't eat a lentil. It's not the organ's fault. It's user error. You're the landlord who locked the fire exit and wondered why everyone died in the fire. Look, I can't force you to feed the tiny workers in your gut the specific fuel they need to function. I'm not your mother, but if you want to stop turning your biological safe house into a ticking time bomb, you need soluble fiber. Stop eating refined sludge and start eating lentils, oats, or avocados. The tiny workers in the microbiome are literally starving, and you wonder why they're on strike, causing all that bloat. Respect the architecture, and maybe the architecture won't blow up in your face. It's basic physics and brilliant engineering you're constantly insulting with every microwave dinner. Your body was built better than you deserve, and you're actively working against it. You possess a staggering, self-repairing organic machine designed by a mathematical genius upstairs. Start acting like the pilot of that craft and not a toddler in a cockpit pressing buttons just to see which one makes the loud noise. Follow the specifications. Feed the machine, and maybe you'll stop glitching out every time you eat a burrito. Respect the engineering. Class dismissed.